Good afternoon, sir.
Afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. We are
Good
all set
afternoon,
to
sir.
start. Good afternoon. Congratulations, परी कुलकर्णी आपने बहुत अच्छा किया है 10th बोर्ड में. So that's what I know. बाकी लोग रिजल्ट बता सकते हैं, but परी का मुझे पता है. So I know that she has done excellently well. Good. Yeah. So it's a moment for clapping. How have you done, Ishan?
I don't want to say.
अच्छा, ठीक है. Chalo guys, let's put on your videos and we are good to start. Ishika, this is your first class. Okay, I'll talk to you later. And Atish, waiting for your video. Chinmay still connecting. Jai Vora is there.
Sir, I had a small doubt before we could start.
Yeah.
Like, the last test which was given, it was the last test which was given on grade scope. I did not do that. It's okay, right? I can do it a little later. It's fine.
Yes. Yeah, you can do it later. The only thing is if you do late, then that Sunday when it was planned, there would be a 10% deduction. So let's say you get 10 marks. Actually, it will show 9 marks.
Okay, no, because if it was because I went to
No,
school.
I understand there would be some valid reason, and you will not. This is not something that you will do on a regular basis.
Yeah.
But we have created this small penalty so that nobody
does it.
Yeah, abuses the system of taking the test late. That's all.
Okay. Because the practice tests anyways, I used to do it every time only on the same Sunday.
Okay.
Just the last test, what happened is I went to school after 2 years. So I had no idea on what exactly to take and everything.
And this was a new school, right?
Yeah, Pari's in my class. So
I know. Yeah. So this is old school for Pari and new school for you.
Yes. So
I hope you're not bullied there.
It's okay. Everywhere is there. Everywhere is there. Everywhere you have to deal with it.
Yes, it happens. Chalo guys, put on your video. So Simar, Chinmay, waiting for this. Rekha, let's start. हम लोग चालू करते हैं.
So today we are doing absolute value, no? Something like that.
Yes. So what we will do is now, Ishika, this is first class for you. So it may so happen because there is a topic which is ongoing and you are joining in between. So there could be some little difficulty where you may find it difficult to understand, but the topic that we have in hand, possibly it will be easy for you to gel in quickly. Don't worry about it. Have patience. Karo jitna banta hai wo karo. And after the class, we will again talk and let me see what best we can do. Because this particular batch is almost halfway through and they are writing October SAT. So they are almost halfway through, especially when it comes to mathematics. There are 15 modules and I'm sure these guys would have done somewhere around 8 or 7 if not 8. So 7 modules over here.
7 exactly.
Yeah, so they are almost halfway through. So don't worry, you have study material with you, Ishika Nair? Study material, UT's study material?
Yeah, I have it.
Oh, okay, fantastic. Chalo bhai, so we start this. Vinayak Patil, waiting for your video to go on. The topic that we are doing today is called absolute value, but before that, we need to finish what we left from last time.
Sir, I solved that question, that Sara wala.
वो भी आते हैं, उस पे भी आते हैं. So we will do.
The second part, I couldn't get that one. I did the first one.
मैं तो भूल ही गया खा भी एक. But I'll do it now. 2 minutes.
ठीक है. So I'll come down to Sara wala problem. But before we come down to Sara wala problem, the point is, let me just complete. So we are doing inequalities. We were almost at the fag end of inequalities and we were solving some problems. So we'll complete inequalities. We'll do Sara problem. And then we'll move on to absolute value and complex numbers. So I'll repeat myself, guys. Inequalities is a very interesting, important topic in the sense, if you are lucky enough, you should get 3 to 4 problems coming from inequalities, as in pure inequalities problem, graph-based inequalities problem, and inequalities clubbed with absolute value. ये सब मिला के कुछ 4 problem आपको inequalities से आना चाहिए. Absolute value, you should get couple of problems. Aapko 1 or 2 problem you should get from absolute value concept. And complex number, you will get one problem. हमेशा एक ही आता है, ज़्यादा आता नहीं है. कभी कभार दो आता है, but otherwise I have seen mostly one and only one problem comes from complex number. So all in all, we are talking about 4 from inequality, including absolute value एक और जोड़ लो, so 5 plus complex number 6. So between what we did last time and what we are doing today, ये दोनों मिला के we are looking at 6 problems from these 2 sessions. So on this note, we start with inequalities, and we talked about inequalities. Let me first, I should have made myself spotlight so that you guys only see me. So first of all, when it comes to inequalities, we already discussed about it, that when you say equations, there are 2 expressions on left and right hand side, and they are equal. But when you say inequalities, the expressions on the either side of inequality sign, greater than, less than, whatever it is, they're not equal. One side is greater than or less than or not equal to, as the case may be, and we are supposed to solve them. So Ishika Nair, you have some idea on inequalities?
Yes, sir.
And can you please also tell me which standard you are in right now?
Sir, I'm in 11th right now.
So you're a 10th past, moving to 11th. Started with 11th, right?
I'm actually in 12th right now.
12th right now. So 11th going to 12th वाले हो, आपने अभी 12th के साथ you have started, and you have LCM subjects with you?
Sir, I'm doing commerce.
You're doing commerce. So which is your 5th subject?
My 5th subject is maths.
Maths. Oh, fantastic. Okay. Chalo. So with this basic information that I needed, yeah, hi, Jayavura. I just saw your message. Good afternoon. So let's start. And I want you to solve, rather, I want you to solve this. Where is my whiteboard? Hold on, guys. We start with this simple problem that you see on this whiteboard. It's called working space. एक मिनट रुको, मैं कर रहा हूँ. So this problem is also from your book, but somehow I got it printed. So let's solve this problem.
Where is it? Which one is it?
It's question 5 in the book, classwork 4.
Okay. Got it.
And currently it is on your screen. Let's solve this. So we do this together. So it says in the figure, PQST is a rectangle, PQST is a rectangle, and URST is a square with PU being 5. So PU being 5. Is my pen not working? So PU being 5, this part is 5. PU being 5. And UT is a positive integer, UT is a positive integer. If the area of PQST must be more than 10, but less than 30, so basically area of PQST should be greater than 10, but less than 30. What is one possible value of UT? That means UT can take many values, of which they want one possible value, जो इन 4 option में से कहीं होना चाहिए. Let's try and do this. If this is 5, let's say UT is X. Now it says that UT is a positive integer, and this is 5 in the figure, this is rectangle, and this is a square. So agar ye square is, this is X, this part is X, this part is X, and out here is X. So area of PQST would be length into breadth, 5 plus X into X, and this part should be greater than 10 and less than 30, isn't it? So if this is the case, let me go by options. Let's say option 1 is correct. If I try option 1 says, rather option A says 5 plus 1 6 हो जाएगा, and X को मैंने 1 रखा है, हाँ, because they want value of UT. तो X को अगर 1 रखा, 5 plus 1 X into 1. Now this part is not greater than 10. So this is not the possible answer. Let's try option B.
Done, sir.
4. 5 plus 4, 9. 9 into 4. 9 into 4 should be less than 30. 9 4s are 36. This is not less than 30. Answer B भी नहीं है. Let's go with option C. Option C में करते हैं. 5 plus 3 8. 8 into 3 is 24, which is greater than 10 but less than 30. यही answer होना चाहिए. Answer is option C. So we have gone by options. The point I am trying to make, guys, remember on SAT paper, these 4 options at times are added information. स्कूल की तरह क्वेश्चन पढ़ के 1 2 3 स्टार्ट हो गए, बस स्टेप लिखना चालू कर दिया, ऐसा मत करना. After you have conceptualized it, look at the options. At times you can solve it by looking, eliminating, ruling out options. Options पे additional information लेना. Okay, of course D नहीं होगा, D करके देख लो. 5 plus 0.5 will be 5.5. 5.5 into 0.5 will be something like 2.75, which is not greater than 10. D भी आंसर नहीं. Answer options है कि नहीं?
Yes, so this is pretty easy.
So this is, yeah, this was easy one. This was more of a warm up. Now I want you to solve this one. Again on my working space only. यहीं पे देखो. This is Khan Academy level 4. Have a look. I give you 90 seconds.
Is it there in our book or no?
Yeah.
Where,
Challenge problems.
challenge
बुक
problem.
में से अगर पढ़ना है तो देखो एक चैलेंज प्रॉब्लम में होगा, नहीं तो स्क्रीन पे पढ़ो. I give you 90 seconds. Do not announce answer. Read it. Do it yourself. Send me on the chat box and send directly to me. Don't send to everyone. Time starts now. 90 seconds. Okay, Chinmay. Let's see. Man, I want you to solve it again. Read it carefully. Relook at your working on. Ishan, correct. Chinmay, आपका सही था. You were the first one, correct. Atish, correct. Yes, Jai Bora. Pari, correct. ये तुमने परी क्या कर रखा है? ये इमर्सिव व्यू ले रखा है क्या आपने?
मतलब
निष्ठा धवन, करेक्ट. No, I think you must have put some virtual background और वो Zoom का immersive view. तुम कभी वो चेयर पे दिखती हो मुझे और कभी नहीं दिखती हो. Anyway,
no,
चलो.
actually it's supposed to be, I'm supposed to be in front of the laptop, but the laptop is sideways. So
ठीक है.
background is designed to me be in front.
ठीक है.
इसलिए.
ठीक है. Man, correct now. Ishika Nair, correct. Good. Simar, correct. But most of you have got it correct. Rather, I think all of you have got it correct और इसको मान ने भी correct कर लिया है. So, is there anybody left? मैंने सबसे बात कर लिया है. Yeah. Yes.
Sir, is it okay to have fun with our video or no? I mean, like, just for experiment.
Sorry.
Is it okay to have fun with our video?
In the classroom?
Yeah, just for 2 minutes.
See, the point is that the focus area out here is these skills that we are learning.
Yeah,
so
obviously.
Fun me if you lose those skills, Ishan, then I don't think we are on the right path.
No, I was just wondering because I finished the question. I was just like unsure what to do.
So why not you try this after the class? If you want, मैं coordinator को छोड़ दूंगा, तुम उसके साथ सारा fun कर लेना, video का experiment करके अभी class.
It was just simply.
अच्छा ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं. चलो तो अभी तो हम अभी problems करते हैं. So though you have got it right, guys, I still want to read it. And what I'm trying to tell you here is, ये आपके जब paper पे आएगा, this is if I'm you, I'll do these things. I'll possibly give 2 readings. I'll notice that, okay, this is an equation का question समझ में आ रहा है. And then I'll go reading. Members of swim team wants to wash their hair. Each short hair member requires same number. I'll underline important data. Same number of liters of water and soap, and each long hair requires same number of waters and soap. The bathroom has less than 5600 liters of water जो मुझे यहाँ पे दिख रहा है. And at most, what does this mean at most? Ishan, what does the at most mean? At most का क्या मतलब होता है? Anyone?
Maximum.
Max to
This
max.
is maximum.
It's the max.
It's the maximum. Again, so this means that they're talking about this is the maximum, which means so much liter is also included in that. So either this or less than this, which you can again see in the equation. But water ke liye bola tha less than. The system of inequality shown above where S represents short-haired member, L represents long-haired members. Does bathroom have enough water and shampoo for so many long-haired members and so many short-haired members? So what is that you're going to do? Any one of you, if you can unmute and tell me what is that you're going to do?
Sir, we will substitute the 8 for long haired in the first equation and 7 in the second equation.
Absolutely right. So this is one method where what he's saying is he would want to substitute L is equal to 8 and S is equal to 7 in both the equations and see whether the given inequalities, I shouldn't be saying equation, in these inequations and see whether these inequalities, they are satisfying, these values are satisfying. कोई violation तो नहीं है. अगर वो satisfy करता है, I'll draw my conclusion. And in this case, the conclusion comes out, they have enough of water and shampoo. So 70 into 8, 7 8 are 56. So much of water is required. I'm putting it in first value, first in equation. 7 6 are 42. So much water by short hair members. In all, I need 980 liters, which is less than available. So this is sufficient. Similarly, I'll do for shampoo and I'll find out, yes, shampoo is also sufficient. So हम लोग option A mark करेंगे. ठीक है? ईशान, what does utmost means? ये मैंने पूछा था तुमसे.
What, sir? Sorry.
What is the meaning of this phrase utmost?
They take at maximum amount which they would use is 2.5 liters. So
2.5 will be included in this.
Yeah. So maximum soap available in the bathroom is that much.
Okay. Good enough, guys. So now let's go to next problem. This is what I wanted to do from my desk. Let's go to slide.
It's pretty much greater than equal to, no?
Less than equal to 2.5.
I forget which is what.
Calculator allowed. आपको पता है SAT में 2 सेक्शन होते हैं. Calculator allowed वाला क्वेश्चन है Khan Academy level 4. Let's solve. I want this is in grid in question. तो पक्का 4 ही सिंबल्स हो सकते हैं आपके आंसर में. आपको आंसर टाइप करके मुझे डायरेक्टली भेजना है. Let's solve this, guys. Challenge problem number 3. Bushels of corn. Very good, Ishan. Correct. Correct, Jay Vora. जय, तुमने रजिस्टर कर लिया है अक्टूबर के लिए?
नो सर.
नो. कब देने वाले हो तुम? यू आर वेटिंग फॉर क्रिसमस?
हाँ सर.
फिर प्लीज रजिस्टर ताकि तुम्हारे मन चाहे स्कूल में तुमको वो स्पॉट मिल जाए टू राइट द टेस्ट. आतिश, कैन दिस एवर बी आंसर? जो आपने मुझे भेजा है आतिश, डू यू रियली हैव 5 सिंबल्स इन ग्रेडियंट? उतना स्पेस होता है क्या? अगर ये आंसर आ भी रहा है आतिश, यू शुड टेल योरसेल्फ, बॉस समथिंग इज रॉन्ग, आई कैन नॉट गेट आंसर व्हिच इज इन 5 डिजिट्स. चिन्मय अग्रवाल, रीडू बेटे, समथिंग इज देयर. सिमर, करेक्ट, वेरी गुड. So Simar, Jay and Ishan have got it right. This only looks thoda sa daunting, but it's a very simple problem. Read it twice if need be.
Sir, honestly, even the first one was pretty simple, the challenge question.
So being simple or difficult is subjective, Ishan.
Yeah.
अभी देखना वो
Like-
सारा वाले में तुम देखोगे कई लोगों को
Yeah,
और इजी लगेगा.
that's what I felt, that the Sara question should have gone to challenge and this one should have gone to the other place.
Okay.
It's relative, but I mean, like,
Yes, it's relative because abhi bhi is class mein I see there are 3 students who have not got it right. There are 3 who have got it right and others are still solving. So I am waiting for kaun hai? Man, I am waiting for your answer. Sangram, nahi. Vinayak, waiting for your answer. Bete, not, it has not come to me. Chinmay, redo. Nishtha, answer nahi aaya. Correct, Nishtha. Atish, correct.
Sir, I didn't quite get this one.
The same. I also did.
So Atish, you cannot be in that hurry. I got it. Sorry, Pari and Ishka Nair. Okay, so Pari, you read it. We do this together.
Okay. A 300-acre farm produced 20,000 bushels of corn last year. What is the minimum rate of production in bushels per acre?
Ruko. So they want minimum rate of production in bushels per acre. Very important कि आपने इसको note किया हो. I remember Atish telling me कि sir मैंने ना इसमें कुछ अभी गड़बड़ कर दी थी. So it is very, very important कि आपने read किया हो that answers is required in bushels per acre. Okay, आगे चलो.
What, sir?
Read further, please.
Okay. That is needed this year, so the farmer's 2-year production total will be at least 49,100 bushels of corn.
So in my class of 10 students, only 3 have got it right. Chinmay, Vinayak, see, क्या गड़बड़ किया है. आतिश को भी ले लेते हैं, उसने बाद में ठीक कर लिया था. 4 people have got it right. वही मैं बोल रहा था कि ये शायद इतना वैसा नहीं है. छोटा सा गूगली उसमें, if you miss it, you're gone.
Sir,
So
at least, sir,
yes,
at least, the 2 words at least are the things which make sense.
Okay, so who did I start with? I started this with Pari Kulkarni. So we solved this together. And you helped me with the data. How big is farm, Pari?
300 acres.
ये मैं solve करता जा रहा हूँ. 300 acres का
Is it
farm.
possible for you to spotlight your working space, because I'm not able to?
मैंने working space को अच्छा spotlight नहीं बनाया. I'm so sorry. नहीं मैंने बनाया है. Is it not?
No, for me it isn't.
Remove, and I'm doing it again. Spotlight. अब बोलो.
Yes, sir. Yes, now it is.
300 acres का farm है. Okay. And how much production do you need to do in total?
49,100.
I need so many bushels to be produced. Over?
Yes, 2 years.
Over 2 years. I've done my production for first year. How much have I produced?
20,000.
So 20,000 is already produced. So this is done. Now I need to produce 29100 to complete my target, isn't it?
Yes.
So which means अगर मुझे ये 2 साल में बनाना है, the year that is left, I need to go for so much.
Yes.
The question is, tell us how much minimum, at least you must produce per acre. I should divide this by 300. Per acre निकालना है.
Yes.
So I'll have bushels per acre.
Yes.
Let's solve. Ye 0 cancel. 3
90.
9s are 27, 21, 97 is the
Yes.
minimum number of bushels I must produce per acre if I have to achieve my target. Answer is 97.
Yes.
There's nothing in this problem.
I actually took it as a 1 year only. I didn't subtract it. I made that mistake.
So the learning out here is, if you see technically, this is a mechanical problem. There's nothing which is very, very, I should say, क्या बोलते हैं उसको, intellectually challenging नहीं है इसमें कुछ भी. But if you overread, if you are in hurry, if you misunderstand, वो per acre, per year कुछ उसमें गड़बड़ किया, you are bound to make mistake. And moreover, this is a gradient problem. तो 4 options में नहीं है कि कुछ गलत आया तो आपको वो हो जाएगा कि अरे ये तो option में नहीं है, let me rework. Now Chinmay Agarwal, can you unmute yourself?
Yes, sir.
How can you get it wrong twice? बताओ क्या गड़बड़ किया तुमने चिन्मय?
Sir, I divided 4911 by 2.
By 2.
Yes, sir. And
ठीक है.
then by 300.
and then by 300. तो आपने ये वाले डेटा को पूरी तरह से इग्नोर कर दिया.
Yes, sir.
That means आपने क्वेश्चन को ठीक से नहीं पढ़ा. Guys, let me tell you the difference between good score and full score among SAT, especially मैं इस बैच के लिए बोल रहा हूँ, because इशिका का तो फर्स्ट डे है, but I know विनायक का फर्स्ट डे है या अभी recent है, but I know सिमर, निष्ठा, आतिश अभी मेरे साथ वहाँ खारगर में जब मैं ब्रांच पे था तो वो डाउट सॉल्विंग के लिए आया था और क्वेश्चंस कर रहा था. I know मान and I know his potential. परी, ईशान. The difference between full score and good score 740 and 800 for you guys will not be कि आपको concept नहीं आता है. For you guys that difference will be question पढ़ा नहीं, चिन्मय यही difference होगा. Line हमसे miss हो गई, unit देखा नहीं, only that will be the problem. तो थोड़ा सा ना इस पे ध्यान देना. I don't want you to be over conscious, नहीं तो speed कम हो जाएगी, but you have to work on accuracy as well. चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं. I can tell you एक problem पक्का आएगा of this nature where you are supposed to formulate an inequality, nothing to solve. Read it. I give you 1 minute. बहुत ध्यान से पढ़ना, समय दे के पढ़ना, and send me the right option. In case आपने पहले कर लिया है तो आप directly भेज सकते हो. Okay, got it, Pari. Thank you. Correct. Correct, Nishtha. Did you do it earlier than the class, Nishtha? Where are you, Nishtha?
Yes, sir.
अच्छा, ठीक है.
Yes, sir. I've solved this question already.
Okay. So this is talking about some case. इसको represent करो inequality में. पक्का एक question ऐसा आएगा inequality. जय वोरा correct, मानकांत correct, correct चिन्मय. मान, have you registered for SAT? College board पे?
Not yet. I will do it.
Okay, so in case you guys are registering, you need help, you can talk to me or you can talk to Mrs. Shruti Ranade. वो आपके ग्रुप पे भी होंगी, नहीं तो उनका नंबर लेना. She'll help you with registration. 10 से 15 मिनट पक्का लगते हैं उस registration में.
Okay, sir.
They ask you a lot of things. So पहले register कर लो ताकि मनपसंद स्कूल मिल जाए आपको जहाँ पे जाके टेस्ट देना. चिन्मय correct?
So,
हाँ.
when does the December SAT registration open?
दिसंबर वाला ओपन हो गया होगा ईशान. I will check. अक्टूबर ओपन है, वो ओपन हो गया होगा, but I can tell you it will end by अक्टूबर एंड तक वो खत्म हो जाता है. So it should be open. We are in July. हो गया होगा ओपन, and if not तो अगस्त में हो जाएगा.
Sir, and what about the result for October SAT?
अक्टूबर SAT का रिजल्ट आएगा 14th अक्टूबर को.
Okay, sir.
It takes how much? 2 weeks, right?
हाँ, so they say 10 working days, जिसको आप 2 weeks मान के चलो.
So
आतिश correct.
So because I'm not planning on taking it in October now.
अच्छा, okay.
Plan change.
Vinayak, do it again, bete. Some problem somewhere. So chalo Vinayak, we start with you. Yes, Vinayak, correct. So now you guys tell me who is that who would want me to solve this. Answer is option C. आप में से जिसको भी कोई प्रॉब्लम आ रहा है मुझे पूछो, किसी एक को भी प्रॉब्लम है, we'll do it together. No one? Can I go ahead then? Let me go to the gallery view, please. कोई नहीं है, सबका हो गया. ये परी कुलकर्णी आपका हो गया? Okay, Ishan, Simar,
Yes,
done.
sir, I already sent it.
Atish done, Vinayak done, Maan done. Okay, then we move on to next problem. Since this is right by all of you और किसी को इस पे discussion नहीं चाहिए, I am going to next problem. Otherwise, you could stop. मैं आगे जा रहा हूँ. Beautiful SAT problem, verbatim है, word by word. This is an SAT problem. Please solve. I give you again 1 minute. And a छोटा सा friendly advice: read all 4 options. Correct. This is 15th problem from your book, chapter 4. Correct, Man. Chinmay, correct. Ishika, I will want you to read it once again. Read all 4 options and then check again. Ishan, correct. Simar, correct.
Sir,
Yes.
when you say beautiful SAT problem, do you mean like it comes like this question usually, or is it because
Okay.
it's tough, or like how? I don't get that.
Okay. When I say a beautiful SAT problem, I basically mean that this is something like this you would face on your SAT day. So
Okay.
this is like most probable a type in the sense type. So ऐसा question आएगा ही आएगा, and it
Please.
challenges you. It's a very good problem which is testing your concept. So as a teacher, I really appreciate that problem क्योंकि अगर inequalities अच्छे से समझ में आता है तो वो होगा नहीं तो नहीं होगा.
No, if this is it, then I really hope this question like this only comes. It's easy.
तो ऐसा आएगा.
Yeah.
Okay,
And-
Ishika, right, correct.
And sir, I had I wanted to know, like, suppose, can you take the SAT paper, the question paper home with you, or it's like, how do you get it?
No. You're supposed to submit a question paper and bubble sheet with the examiner there.
Okay. And do they like? I know some exams offer something called a cheat sheet, called formula sheet. Do they have it in the SAT or no?
They have. So section 3 का first page you will have some formulae. Section 4 का first page you will get some formulae. अब वो क्या होते हैं आपको देखने को मिलेगा. जब आप UT पे mock test लिखोगे, we have designed all the mock test exactly keeping in mind कितना आपको वहाँ पे white space मिलता है, कौन से formulae वो show करते हैं. So you will see that. You will write 3 mock test. तो आपको वो तीनों mock test में you will see those formulae जो वो देते हैं.
तो सर वो अक्टूबर SAT से पहले ही दे देंगे ना मॉक टेस्ट?
हाँ, ऑफ कोर्स, यस. और जो अक्टूबर अटेम्प्ट दे रहे हैं वो अक्टूबर SAT से पहले ही देंगे. सितंबर में होगा वो. सेकंड थर्ड वीक सितंबर इज व्हेन यू आर राइटिंग मॉक टेस्ट.
ओके सर.
Okay guys, so all of you have got this right. Please let me know if you want any discussion. Otherwise, I have a question on this particular problem. So I'll read it for you. The federal interstate weight limit for a particular 4-axle transfer truck is 18,000 pounds per axle. The cab, which is front of the truck, weighs 11,000 pounds, and trailer of the truck, when empty, weighs 7,000 pounds. The inequality above represents the legally permissible weight range for this truck when traveling on an interstate highway or interstate. What does the value of 18,000 represent in the inequality? अब मुझे बताओ, ये आप लोगों ने जो आंसर भेजा, that is okay, but why is option number C not correct? Because question का line 2 पढ़ो. Question का line 2 पढ़ो. Why is option C not correct, guys?
Because they've written 18,000 pounds per axle already, and it's given here 4 axles. So then 4 axles, when you multiply it, it becomes 72,000. So that is the maximum weight limit allowed for that truck, and it should be lesser than or equal to. So 18,000 would represent the weight of the truck when the trailer is empty. But the X value is the weight which can be put inside the trailer.
Okay, so got that, but my question still remains. They say give the meaning of this, and meaning of this is defined in line 2, 18,000 pounds per axle, which is also given in option C, maximum weight allowed per axle, 18,000.
So that information given is for weight per axle, whereas the line below we see that truck's weight is 11,000 pounds and the weight of the trailer is like 7,000 pounds. So if we sum up, it's 18,000 pounds and the weight of the empty truck is 18,000.
So how do you know that this 18 is different from this 18 given here?
So the
because it is given pounds per axle, and we checked that 4 times 18 is 72.
I got that, guys. See, you know, but yeah, still, कोई बीच में भी कुछ बोल रहा था. बोलो, who was that?
I was saying the other side of the inequality won't satisfy. Like if we take maximum weight allowed per axle, that is the option C.
Because guys, if you read the question properly, it says, what does value of 18,000 represent in the inequality? And they are asking meaning of this. Ishika Nair, ये 18,000 का मतलब पूछा है उन्होंने. ये जो 18,000 into 4 आप बार बार बोल रहे हो वो तो इक्वेशन में उस तरह से दिया हुआ नहीं है. This is different. They are asking, what does the value of 18,000 represent in the inequality, which means this fixed part. And this is nothing but the fixed weight, the weight of that cab plus the trailer. Hence, answer is option B. So my next question is, what should be the question if I have to make option A right? उल्टा पूछ रहा हूं मैं. अगर option A को right करना है, तो उसका question क्या होगा? What would you ask so that option A becomes right?
What does the value 72,000 represent?
Okay, what is the definition? How would you define or give the interpretation of 72,000 in the inequality? This is the weight of truck, maximum weight of truck when fully loaded, isn't it?
Yes.
Atish?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, अब next. Ishan, ये जो तुम बोल रहे थे उससे related है. What should be the question if I have to make option D correct? अगर option D को मुझे right करना है, तो question क्या होना चाहिए?
What is X referring to?
What is X?
Yes. What does X signify in the given inequality? X signifies the maximum weight of cargo that you can put on this truck on interstate. Absolutely correct. चलो, good. बहुत ही अच्छे. आगे बढ़ते हैं. Let's go ahead, guys. Next problem. Something similar. ऐसा ही question आपने वो अभी किया था यास्मीन वाला. Something similar to that. But इसमें percentages का एक बहुत छोटा सा concept use हो रहा है, so that makes it little challenging. 1 minute.
Sir, afterwards, can you just teach the percentage thing once?
Okay, sure. I'll take it here only. Hold on. Correct, Pari. So this question is more about understanding the articulation given.
I felt that this was one of the easiest ones.
हाँ, हो सकता है बिल्कुल. आपके लिए बिल्कुल हो सकता है. But there are students, you know, who get bogged down कि क्या चल रहा है, EMI, PMI, mortgage, and SAT tries to catch you there, where they articulate in complex manner. Okay, मान एक बार फिर से पढ़ो जो आपने मुझे ऑप्शन भेजा है vis-a-vis the case given. So Man is not in his form today. Correct, Chinmay. Good. Good. Simar, Nishtha, Jayavura, good. Vinayak, waiting. Atish, waiting. Ishka, try. See if you get something. Iksha. You are Iksha, right? So sorry. अभी मैंने पढ़ा तुम्हारा नाम स्क्रीन पे. मान करेक्ट, निष्ठा करेक्ट.
Sir, actually, I mistook
Ishan
the
correct.
sign.
Very
Sorry?
useful teacher
Sir, I
pronouncing it
mistook the
wrong.
sign.
There are a couple of people talking together. Hold on. So I want to hear that male voice first. Bolo.
Sir, I mistook the sign.
Ah, yes, yes. So बहुत जरूरी है वो देखना. And मान you know सिर्फ वो sign ही अलग है, बाकी वो options एक जैसे हैं.
Yes, sir, that's
So,
why. Yes.
There's a high chance you may falter there. Atish, correct. Now those female voices. बोलो क्या बोल रहे थे? Who was that? No one. ठीक है. So shall I? Correct, Simar. So this is question number 24 on your book. मैं stop share कर रहा हूँ. I go to my sheet. And I want Iksha Nair, I want you to read this problem. remove spotlight. Spotlight.
Restart.
Yeah, please read this problem from book, question number 24.
A housing down payment is money that a prospective buyer provides upfront when purchasing a home and is usually a percent of the purchase price of the home. A lender typically requires private mortgage insurance (PMI) when the buyer's down payment is less than 20% of the purchase price. To secure a mortgage, buyers also need to have additional cash on hand for closing costs and prepaid property tax. Suppose a buyer wants to purchase a $375,000 house and must have $7,200 on hand for closing costs and property tax. Which of the following inequalities represents the total funds F the buyer must have on hand to secure the mortgage without having to pay PMI?
So F represents the fund that buyer must have in hand, fund in hand, capital in hand, money in hand, so that this buyer can avoid taking a mortgage insurance. उसको इंश्योरेंस नहीं लेना पड़े, इसको वो अवॉइड कर सके, उसके लिए what is the minimum amount this buyer must have, which means F should be either greater than or equal to some amount so that we can avoid PMI. PMI कब लेना पड़ेगा? PMI तब लेना पड़ेगा if your down payment, the money that you have in hand, if your down payment is less than 20% of the cost of house, है कि नहीं? So cost of house is given as $375,000. मेरे पास इसका 20%, 20 by 100, which is 0.2. So 0.2 of this amount I need for down payment, plus I need some amount for legal cost. Legal cost का 20% मत निकाल लेना, ये तो पूरा ही चाहिए. So in hand fund कितना होना चाहिए? Amount for legal cost plus total cost का 20%. This much money or greater than this, if I have in hand, then I can totally avoid taking PMI. This is what they are asking. Okay, now let's look at which option is this. कौन सा option था?
B.
Option B. अब इसमें कहाँ पे वही जो मानकान बोल रहा था, मान एंड सेंड मी आंसर ए, उसने पहला वाला देखा, वो जल्दी में था, इज एक्सटेंडेड, उसने चेक नहीं किया अबाउट दैट इनइक्वालिटी साइन. नाउ प्लीज आस्क मी इफ यू हैव नॉट अंडरस्टूड एनीथिंग हियर. Okay, now Ishan, you wanted me to do something in percentage. What is that exactly?
Like the Sara question which we had 25.
हाँ, तो सारा पे आते हैं, but इसमें कुछ percentage का कुछ चाहिए आप?
No, so just basically like the factor when I usually get bogged down when that percentage thing, when any factor of percentage comes into play. Like
Is this part clear to you? This blue part?
yeah, that is pretty much clear.
Okay.
That was understandable.
Okay.
The only issue which I had in this particular question was the signage. So that sign also I managed to solve it by reading the avoid part, avoid paying. But like in that Sara question, suppose that 4%.
Hold on. She is eagerly awaited. Hold on. So we come down to this first problem. This is ये दो problems आए थे SAT में जो आपकी बुक में 25th और 26th problem बन के हैं. तो हम लोग सबसे पहले 25th करेंगे, calculator allowed. Not everybody would have read it, though I requested last time. So I'll give you some time. So let me give you like 30 seconds to at least read and understand. Then we will do it together. Question number 25. And all those who have done can send me their answers. Chat box.
Well, actually, there's one printing mistake in the book. It's written only rupees 9.88. First, I was confused because of that only. Then I realized it should be dollars.
Oh, okay. I'm so sorry. So question number 25, guys. What Pari says is, आप लोग भी check कर लो. This value 9.8 should be dollar and not rupees. अगर आपकी बुक में उसका यूनिट रुपीज है तो उसको डॉलर कर लो. Is it rupees?
Yes, sir. I tried solving it a lot of times and I did not get
Yeah,
the
like
response.
I
Sorry
did it
for
wrong.
wasting your time. ये गलत, हाँ तो ये गलत है, तो इसको ठीक करो प्लीज. We will get it corrected. And मैं अभी करवाता हूँ. रेखा, are you there? एक छोटी सी हेल्प करो हमारी.
हाँ सर.
एक डेटा टीम को, स्मिता को एक ये डालो, चैप्टर 4 क्वेश्चन नंबर 25 ऐसे लिखना. चैप्टर 4 क्वेश्चन नंबर 25. Printing error, talk to Manish sir after 5 p.m. Chapter 4 question number 25. ठीक है रेखा?
Chapter 4 question number 25. Okay.
हाँ, वो मेरे से बात कर ले after 5 p.m.
Okay sir.
Yes, Simar, correct. So chalo, who is going to explain me what's happening? So book, the problem is there in your book. मैं stop share करता हूँ and I want to see you guys. So I'm going to my gallery view and I want to, and we all should see the person who's speaking. So chalo, who is going to explain me this problem?
So can you just give me 1-2 minutes? I'll write it down.
Time उससे पहले कोई initiative लेगा तो हम उससे बात करेंगे. Otherwise, I'll pick someone. So let's have Simar. I want you to unmute yourself and read the question. पहले पढ़ दो, then I'll pick someone else to explain.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, Simar. Read it loudly.
Hello, sir. Now can you hear me?
So Jayavora, you have to read it loudly.
Yes, sir. An international bank issues its traveler credit card worldwide. When a customer makes a purchase using a traveler card in a currency different from customer's home currency, the bank converts the purchase price at the daily foreign exchange rate and then charges a 4% fee on the converted cost. Sarah lives in the US and is on a vacation in India. She used her traveler card for a purchase that cost rupees 602. The bank posted a charge of $9.88 to her account that included a 4% fee. What is the exchange rate approximately?
That included the 4% fee. Now, guys, I want one of you to explain me what's the rule, what is happening. कोई समझा सकता है इसको?
So can I try?
Yes. So Man ka, but where's your video, Man?
Yes.
Please put on your video. And Man को लेते हैं इधर. Yes, Man. Go ahead.
So sir, here the girl Sarah spent 602 on a item. So the item MRP was 602 and 4% charge extra was added.
On what? On 602?
02.
Was 4% charge added on 602, Man?
Yes, sir. I guess 4% was added on it.
Not on 602. Nahi. Anyone else?
Sir, can I try?
Yes, go ahead.
Sir, I think after the conversion of the rupees into dollars, there was a 4% charge added on the dollar amount.
Correct. And that was equivalent to 9.88. है कि नहीं? तो इसका रूल क्या है? That in US you can buy a traveler's credit card. मैं इसको let me put it on board now. So the rule says, okay, so you are a US citizen, you are going to India. So you are a US citizen, you are going to India. ये समझना इसलिए जरूरी है क्योंकि 26 become very complex otherwise. You are going to India, you can buy a traveler's credit card. Traveler's credit card would allow you to make purchases at your destination country in their local currency. तो आप swipe करोगे और रुपये में पे कर दोगे vendor को. But this bank who is based out of US, जहाँ के आप citizen हो और आप जहाँ से आपने खरीदा है ये, because this belongs to US. What they will do is they will convert this rupee to dollars, and after they have converted it to dollars, they will put you a 4% charge and post it on your credit card bill. ये method समझ में आ गया? So now Sarah pays 602 rupees. अब हमको नहीं मालूम एक्सचेंज रेट क्या है, सो लेट्स से गाइस एक्सचेंज रेट उस दिन था E, सो लेट्स डिफाइन E. E means here out means let's say number of rupees for 1 USD, ऐसे मैंने डिफाइन किया है. तो 602 का यूनिट क्या है? रुपीस. E का यूनिट क्या है? नंबर ऑफ रुपीस पर डॉलर. तो जब मैं इसको कैंसिल करूंगा तो ये डॉलर ऊपर चला जाएगा, मुझे डॉलर मिलेगा. करेक्ट. सो 602 डिवाइडेड बाय एक्सचेंज रेट दैट डे, ये डॉलर्स में आ गया. अब ये डॉलर में आने के बाद बैंक बोलेगा मैं आपसे 4% चार्ज लूंगा, तो 4% लगा के दिस इज द फाइनल वैल्यू इनटू 1.04. ये क्यों किया समझ में आ गया? 1.04 क्योंकि मुझे 4% से इसको बढ़ाना है. आई नीड टू इंक्रीज whatever you have done in dollar conversion के बाद as my charge 4%, so total amount will be this value multiplied by 1.04. This value is put on credit card bill which includes your charge. This is 9.88. अब ये बहुत छोटा सा इक्वेशन बन गया. तो exchange rate is equal to 602 into 1.04 divided by 9.88. इसको प्लीज सॉल्व करो और मुझे वैल्यू बताओ.
ये कैलकुलेटर में अलाउड था ना सर?
Yes.
तो I
I
got 63.
60.
Exact आ रहा है क्या 63?
No, 63.1 something I guess.
Something, but rounded off 63.
63.1 something. ठीक है,
Sir,
चलेगा.
I got 63.36.
Yeah,
Yes,
something
okay.
like that. Sorry, I messed up. I didn't read it.
63.3 something. We go to options, guys. Options पे जाते हैं. The closest one is option C, rupees 63.
Yeah, 63.3684211 goes like that.
Okay. So answer is option C. अब बताओ इसमें कुछ समझ में नहीं आया हो तो, because then we go to, इसमें कोई inequality नहीं है अभी. We are studying inequality. But next question में inequality आने वाला है. तो ये समझ में आ गया everyone?
Yes, sir. So how much time will you give for the next one?
Sorry, how much time will you get to?
Do for the next one. The next one's very difficult. Honestly.
No, it's not. It's not. अभी देखना, अभी आप लोग ही solve कर दोगे. I'll not solve it. If you find it difficult, then देखना. I'll make one of you solve, and that person will solve it. It's not. चलो अभी before that, any questions on this? Is this thing clear? Nishtha, Chinmay, Jay, Iksha, Simar, Pari, Vinayak, Man.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Satish.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. So now we move on to the next problem. अब next problem में, this is 26th. I want you to read it आराम से 1 मिनट तक पढ़ो, and then I don't want answer, and then I want one of you to explain me what is happening. But before you do that, guys ध्यान रखना, जो question number 25 है उसमें 2 पैराग्राफ है, एक पैरा 1 है और एक पैरा 2 है. जब ये question SAT में आया था तो पैरा 1 was common, question 5 में पैरा 2 था, और question 6 में जो question 6 का पैरा है वो था, और पैरा 1 दोनों में कॉमन था. Are you getting me? ठीक है.
Okay, so the 4% fee is applied in the second question also.
Sorry?
The 4% fee is applied in the second question also.
I'll answer your question by asking you a question. Is that 4% rule given in para 1?
Yeah.
So have I answered your question? Does it apply to question 6?
Yes, that is why I
Yes,
wasn't.
it is. Yes, it is. हाँ. मैं फिर से बोल रहा हूँ. Para 1 दोनों में कॉमन था, दोनों का para 2 चेंज था. तो क्या para 2 of question 5 applies to question 26? No. Para 2 of question number 25 will not apply to question number 26, but para 1 will apply to both. चलो solve पढ़ लो and then raise your hand. Whosoever thinks कि समझ में आ गया है, मैं समझा सकता हूँ या समझा सकती हूँ, that person will explain us. Okay, Chinmay. So by the time these guys are reading it, Chinmay, I want you to unmute and read it loudly first.
Yes, sir.
Read para 1 again and then para 2 of question 26.
An international bank issues its travelers credit cards worldwide. When a customer makes a purchase using a traveler's card, in a currency different from customer's home currency, the bank converts the purchase price at the daily foreign exchange rate and then charges a 4% fee on the converted cost.
Para 2.
A bank in America sells a prepaid card worth rupees 7,500.
ध्यान रखना ये प्रीपेड कार्ड है और एक था ट्रैवलर्स क्रेडिट कार्ड. आई होप यू हैव नोटेड दीज आर टू डिफरेंट इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स. गो अहेड.
Sarah can buy the prepaid card using dollars at the daily exchange rate with no fee, but she will lose any money left unspent on the prepaid card. What is the least number of rupees 7,500 on the prepaid card Sarah must spend for the prepaid card to be cheaper than the charging all her purchases on the traveler's card?
ठीक है.
Yes, sir.
Now, Chinmay, hold on. So thank you for reading this out. So before we go on solving this, is there anyone who is going to explain me what's happening? I'm not looking at answer. If you can explain me what's happening. तो एक Chinmay ने हाथ उठाया था, but Chinmay, you have read it. Okay, so Atish, we go to you. मैं तुमको spotlight में लाता हूँ so that I can see you. Yes, Atish, go ahead and explain us now.
Sir, in this case, it said that Bank of America sells a prepaid card worth 7,500 rupees. So what I assume here is like Sarah can buy that card in US dollars in the US for 7,500. So the exchange rate used in the previous question, it's around $119. She can buy it. So this thing is without that.
Come again. What was used in previous question?
That exchange rate 63. So I just assumed like.
You know, Atish, you're lucky because if you assume that value, अभी हम solve करेंगे तो तुमको समझ में आएगा that if you take that value, somehow that value gets cancelled out. So, but otherwise, Atish, not for this problem, but for any other problem, since that para was unique to question number 25, I cannot use that data and say exchange rate 63,000 जिस दिन सारा ने प्रीपेड कार्ड खरीदा. Are you guys getting me? But अभी के लिए चलो तुमने ऐसा कर लिया and somehow उसके कुछ intermediate steps ऐसे हैं. When I conceptualize it, you will understand. It will not make difference कि आप कुछ भी assume कर लो exchange rate, उससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. चलो आगे चलते हैं.
इसीलिए मैंने 63 ले लिया था, like just an assumption because I knew कि आगे कुछ हो जाएगा वहाँ पे.
हाँ, ठीक है.
It is हाँ, so I assumed it this way and then they say if yeah, so this doesn't have any conversion fee like it was in the previous question, that 4% वाला चीज. So now ये दिया and then they're saying कि like out of this 7,500 rupees जो भी उसने unspent छोड़ा है that will go away. So if it's like spent only 100, then 7,400 would just go, then space. So they're asking, what is the least number of 7,500 on the prepaid card she must spend so that all her purchases are cheaper than that on the travel card. So if she buys it individually without this card, then she'll be paying 4% of the exchange rate as a fee for each and every purchase or the X amount of purchase which she's going to make in total.
Okay, perfect. Very good. So you have understood nicely. So what is happening, guys? कोई ऐसा है क्या जिसको समझ में नहीं आया? I'll then try and explain it in other words. Otherwise, we go and attack this problem. Is it clear? Ishan,
I didn't get it clearly.
Okay. So Miss Kulkarni, Ishan, is Nishtha there?
Sir, even I didn't.
तुम कहाँ गायब हो जाती हो बीच में?
सर मेरी बार बार लीव हो जाता है जूम से, तो मैं दोबारा रिजॉइन करती हूँ, इसलिए मैंने अभी कैमरा दूंगा.
ये मैथ्स तुम्हारा फेवरेट सब्जेक्ट नहीं है?
नहीं सर,
चलो
बिल्कुल नहीं.
ठीक है, तो लेट मी ट्राई एंड एक्सप्लेन यू. मैं ना इसको एक्सप्लेन करने के लिए क्या करता हूँ, आपको मेरा व्हाइट बोर्ड दिख रहा है गाइस?
Yes, sir.
Centrally on your screen. Okay. So there are two things here. There are two things happening. First is एक ट्रैवलर्स क्रेडिट कार्ड है, एक ऑप्शन उसके पास है, एंड सेकेंड ऑप्शन उसके पास प्रीपेड क्रेडिट कार्ड का है. जैसा आतिश ने बताया, ट्रैवलर्स क्रेडिट कार्ड का रूल इज आप रुपी में परचेज कर लो, डेस्टिनेशन कंट्री में जाके इसको डॉलर में कन्वर्ट कर देंगे, बैंक इस पे जो भी डॉलर कन्वर्जन के बाद अमाउंट आएगा उस दिन का 4% रादर, ऐसे लिखता हूँ, 4% का एक एडिशनल चार्ज लगाएगा और आपको उतना अमाउंट बैंक को देना है. सारा का एक दूसरा ऑप्शन भी है व्हेन शी स्टार्टिंग, वो अमेरिका से ही इंडियन डिनोमिनेशन में 7,500 रुपीस का एक क्रेडिट कार्ड, प्रीपेड क्रेडिट कार्ड खरीद सकती है अमेरिका से ही. She comes to India and she swipes. There is no 4% का चार्ज, there is no conversion, nothing. जिस दिन वो अमेरिका से स्टार्ट कर रही है अपनी जर्नी, शी इज बाइंग दिस कार्ड एट 7,500 रुपीज. ऑफ कोर्स शी इज एन अमेरिकन सिटीजन, जैसा दिया हुआ है, शी इज ट्रैवलिंग टू इंडिया, तो वो इसको डॉलर में पे कर रही है, उस दिन का जो भी डॉलर रेट है. बट देयर आर नो चार्जेस हैपनिंग, बट देयर इज अ स्मॉल कैच. मिस कुलकर्णी, एक छोटा सा कैच है इसमें. कैच क्या है? एनी अमाउंट दैट इज लेफ्ट अनस्पेंट, और वो वापस यूएस आ जाती है, शी कैनॉट टेल बैंक कि इसका डॉलर इक्विवेलेंट मुझे वापस दे दो. लेट्स से उसने शॉपिंग किया 6,000 रुपए का इंडिया में, एंड 1,500 रुपीज इज लेफ्ट अनस्पेंट. ये सारा का सारा पैसा फोरफिट हो जाएगा. ऑफकोर्स वो 7,500 से ऊपर का तो खर्च नहीं कर सकती, बट अगर उसने 7,499 खर्च किया, 1 रुपी फोरफिट हो जाएगा. 6,000 रुपीज स्पेंड किया लोकल करेंसी में, वहां पे स्वाइप होगा, 1,500 रुपीज अनस्पेंड रहा. वॉट एवर इज अनस्पेंड, फॉर दैट मैटर, अगर ये पूरा पैसा भी उसने खर्च नहीं किया और वो ये पूरा वापस ले आई, तो भी ये फोरफिट हो जाएगा. Is this thing now clear? Now I come down to question. Now question is a beautiful problem again. Now you'll ask me what is beautiful, तो समझ में आ गया. In terms of the nature of conceptual application, जो ये सवाल आपको दे रहा है is excellent. The question is, again I come down to my whiteboard. The question says how much minimum she should spend on prepaid credit card. ये मिनिमम कितना खर्चा करे, मैक्सिमम तो हमको पता है कितना खर्चा कर सकती है, so they cannot ask you maximum. How much she should spend minimum on this, let's say rupees X, so that अगर उसने वो X रुपीज ट्रैवलर्स क्रेडिट कार्ड पे खर्चा किया होता, तो ट्रैवलर्स क्रेडिट कार्ड महंगा पड़ता देन प्रीपेड क्रेडिट कार्ड. I'll repeat. The question is asking you, how much should Sarah spend on prepaid credit card? Let's say rupees X is that amount. This is the minimum amount she should spend here, such that had she spent the same amount in India using her traveler's credit card, ये rupees में रहने वाला है भाई. Had she spent the same amount in India using her traveler's credit card, the expense by traveler's credit card would be higher than prepaid credit card. बोलिए, क्वेश्चन समझ में आया गाइस? अब आपको क्वेश्चन समझ में आया कि नहीं आया, मैं एक सवाल पूछूंगा, उससे क्लियर हो जाएगा, और इसका आंसर वही देगा जिससे मैं पूछ रहा हूँ. क्वेश्चन पहले बता देता हूँ. सो माय क्वेश्चन इज, यू आर सेइंग टीसीसी शुड बी ग्रेटर देन पीसीसी. व्हाट इज, ध्यान से सुनना, और जिससे पूछूंगा वही बताएगा, व्हाट इज द कॉस्ट ऑफ अक्वायरिंग द पीसीसी? What is the cost of acquiring PCC? विनायक पाटिल, विनायक है? तुम लोग ये वीडियो बंद करते हो ना, तो वीडियो बंद करने वाले बच्चे दिखते नहीं है मुझे. विनायक, पुट ऑन योर वीडियो. जैसे मां मुझे कभी नहीं दिखता है. हाँ, the battery went low, that's why it turned off. Permitted. बताओ, what is the cost of acquiring PCC? One of the option is no idea. एक ऑप्शन है no idea. बोलो विनायक. तो ज्यादा नहीं सोचना है, मतलब नहीं आया, ये नहीं आया. लेट मी आस्क दिस टू सिमर. व्हाट इज द कॉस्ट ऑफ अक्वायरिंग पीसीसी फॉर सारा? उसका कॉस्ट क्या है पीसीसी को? हाँ,
7,500 rupees.
Okay, I'll not say you're totally wrong, but can we have a better answer? What is the cost, Ishan?
Yes, sir.
What is the cost of acquiring prepaid credit card for Sarah? If she's acquiring one prepaid credit card, उसका cost कितना है?
The cost would be perhaps like whatever she paid for it plus the amount which
how much did she pay? यही तो पूछ रहा हूँ मैं.
That nobody knows the way.
Oh, that we know. That is the whole point. Okay, in which unit is she paying? In which currency is she paying?
She's paying using dollars.
Correct. So can you say that there is some amount of dollar, let's say anything, D dollars, that she has paid? Yes, Man, go ahead.
So is it like the taxes being applied on the dollar payment used for buying PCC?
What is applied on dollar payment?
So like she buys PCC using dollars, right?
Correct.
So is the tax of 4% applied on the payment made for PCC?
Okay. You will answer it yourself, Man. You tell me, in which country will she buy PCC? Prepaid credit card कहाँ से buy करेगी? US से. What will she pay when she is buying PCC? Will US bank accept Indian rupees?
No.
No. What is she paying? She is paying dollar. If she is paying dollar to buy a product, which is this prepaid credit card, जिसका कोई डॉलर वैल्यू है वो उतना डॉलर पे उस दिन के एक्सचेंज रेट पे करेगी, वहां पे दिया हुआ है. शी इज नॉट पेइंग एनी टैक्स और एनी कन्वर्जन रेट. So if she is buying this 7,500 paying D dollars, तो वही उसका कॉस्ट है कि नहीं गाइस? अब वो D डॉलर्स उसका टोटल कॉस्ट हो गया, वो कितना भी खर्च करे D डॉलर्स तो लग गए. डू यू एग्री?
Yes.
Okay. Now anyone can solve me or help me solve this.
So she pretty much has I calculated using the 63 of the previous question.
Yes, you can do that if you want to. I have no problems.
So she pretty much has $119 in her account. Okay, in the credit card. So then we can use prepaid credit card 119 using the so then the traveler's credit card is greater amount. So then we know that now we can take the other amount as X, suppose. So then 104 upon 100X is greater than 119. Is it like that? I'm not sure.
Okay, so you're asking me. ठीक है, let's solve this guys. I think इससे ज़्यादा इस पे mystery अच्छी नहीं है. तो let's define, जैसा आप लोगों ने किया ना, जैसा आतिश बोल रहा था, ईशान बोल रहा था, मैं वैसे ही करता हूँ. मैं यहाँ पे कुछ वेरिएबल्स लिखता हूँ जैसा आपने बोला. Let X be rupee she would spend minimum, okay, out of 7,500 rupees on a credit card. तो मैंने X को ऐसा डिफाइन किया. This is my first definition. Let D be D, इसको कैसे करते हैं हम लोग? इसको ऐसे करते हैं. Let D be the exchange rate. Let D be the exchange rate expressed as, this is expressed as number of, number of rupees I am getting per dollar. Let D be the exchange rate that day. ठीक है, ये दो वेरिएबल लेके चल रहा हूं. आतिश और ईशान ने क्या किया, उन्होंने D की जगह 63 ले लिया एक्सचेंज रेट. मैं उसको उससे इंडिपेंडेंट बनाना चाह रहा हूं. आई एम सेइंग लेट D be the exchange rate, let X be the rupees जो मिनिमम उसको, क्योंकि आपको X ही फाइंड करना है. क्वेश्चन ने पूछा मिनिमम कितना रुपए खर्च होना चाहिए, तो लेट दैट बी X. लीनियर इक्वेशन का या किसी भी इक्वेशन का, वर्ड प्रॉब्लम का सबसे पहला प्रिंसिपल होता है जो पूछा गया है उसको X ले लो. तो मैंने उसको X ले लिया. अब D को हमने एक्सचेंज रेट मान लिया. अब दो केस लेके चलते हैं गाइस. प्रीपेड क्रेडिट कार्ड और यहाँ पे क्या था, ट्रैवलर्स क्रेडिट कार्ड. तो कैन आई से प्रीपेड क्रेडिट कार्ड पे, क्योंकि D उस दिन का एक्सचेंज रेट है, मुझे इतने डॉलर्स खर्च करने पड़ेंगे इसको अक्वायर करने के लिए. बोलो, एम आई मेकिंग सेंस?
Yes, sir.
आतिश ने या परिमान, आतिश और ईशान ने क्या किया, ये D को 63 ले लिया प्रीवियस क्वेश्चन से. मगर ऐसा नहीं कर सकते, यहाँ पे चल जाएगा 63 ले लो, 100 ले लो, D ले लो, Y ले लो, जो अच्छा लगे ले. तो इतना डॉलर उसने खर्च किया. चिन्मय, सिमर, या आई होप ये सब समझ में आ रहा है. इक्षा, आई होप ये समझ में आ रहा है. इतना डॉलर उसने खर्च किया, बिकॉज दीज सो मेनी रुपीज पर डॉलर. सो कैन आई से इतने डॉलर खर्च करके उसने पीसीसी को अक्वायर किया गाइस. ओके.
Yes.
अब अगर उसने X रुपए ट्रैवलर्स क्रेडिट कार्ड पे खर्च किया होता, तो वो X रुपए को सबसे पहले आप एक्सचेंज रेट से डिवाइड करते, तो इतना डॉलर हुआ. फिर आप इसमें एक 4% का सर्विस चार्ज बैंक वाला लगाते, तो एक्चुअली इतने डॉलर टीसीसी पे खर्च होते. इतना डॉलर पीसीसी को अक्वायर करने में लगा. बोलिए, एम आई मेकिंग सेंस गाइस? यही X रुपए, ये जो X, दिस इज द मिनिमम स्पेंड. यहाँ पे तो मिनिमम स्पेंड जैसा कुछ है ही नहीं, आपके इतने रुपए में इतना डॉलर लग जाएगा। मान लो इस ये पीसीसी में उसने एक्स रुपए मिनिमम खर्च किया, तो अगर वो पीसीसी ने टीसीसी पे एक्स रुपए खर्च करती तो इतना डॉलर इनटू दिस चार्ज उसको एक्चुअली डॉलर में पे करना पड़ता। यहाँ तो इतना डॉलर लगेगा ही कितना भी खर्चा करो। बोलो
Sir,
यस।
just I need, sir, I wanted permission for like keeping my video of sudden downpour of rain.
हाँ ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है, करो करो करो।
And,
No
so
worries.
I put, okay, so I did this now 1.04 x upon 63. I took 63.
रुको रुको ईशान रुको, अब अभी आगे नहीं जाते हैं, तुम अपने आप कंपेयर सेल्फ चेक करो, अभी फ्लो को वैसे ही चलने दो। बस मुझे बताओ किस कोई ऐसा है जिसको ये समझ में नहीं आया जो हमने बनाया? इज देयर एनीवन? निष्ठा, सिमर, विनायक,
One
दीक्षा?
second. I have just one small doubt. So then
Yes,
that
Ishan. Go
that
ahead.
the inequality sign TCC greater than PCC that carries on right now. So then I can try solving directly
ये
like
तो
that.
वहाँ आया नहीं है, आई डोंट नो, ये जो मैंने लिखा है दो साइड पे ये क्लियर होना चाहिए। साइन पे मैं आता हूँ, चलो नाउ आई कम टू साइन, नाउ इन केस यू आर नॉट आस्किंग। सो ईशान अब देखना, तो द क्वेश्चन सेज, तो गाइस कुछ भी खर्चा करो आउट ऑफ 7500 मुझे इतना डॉलर देना ही है। अगर मैंने एक्स रुपीज खर्च किया तो मुझे इतना डॉलर देना है। एक्स को मैंने माना मिनिमम अमाउंट शी शुड स्पेंड आउट ऑफ दिस। टीसीसी महंगा होना चाहिए, सो द साइन शुड बी लाइक दिस। आफ्टर स्पेंडिंग एक्स रुपीज दिस शुड बी ग्रेटर देन पीसीसी। सो लेट मी सॉल्व दिस। सो एक्स शुड बी ग्रेटर देन,
हाँ, अभी आ गया sir.
so this is called eureka moment. चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं। 1.04 into this greater than 7500 upon d, दोनों साइड d मल्टीप्लाई करो, इसीलिए आतिश वो 63 हो कि 630 हो कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ रहा है इस पर्टिकुलर क्वेश्चन में। बट एज अ रूल प्रीवियस क्वेश्चन का डेटा इफ नॉट स्पेसिफाइड यू कैन नॉट अप्लाई टू नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन का डेटा, बस इतना सा ध्यान रखना। सो x विल बी इक्वल टू, ये कोई भी मुझे प्लीज कैलकुलेट करके बता दो, x will be equal to this.
Yeah, I got. I
7 to 11.53.
नहीं मुझे एग्जैक्ट वैल्यू चाहिए। 7 to 11
0.53.
0.53846.
0.53846. So x should be greater than this. So what is the correct answer?
7212.
If she spends 7212 on PCC, PCC फिर भी सस्ता होगा देन TCC। अगर उसने 7000 ही खर्च करना है तो उसको TCC पे करना चाहिए। बट अगर वो 7212 रुपए और मोर खर्चा करेगी, PCC is a better option. बोलो guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me stop here and look at your happy faces.
But the average American would not care even a single bit to do all these equations and solve it and try to get it. Would they?
तो ये सबके चेहरे देख के मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है कि ये सब रिस्पॉन्ड करना चाहते हैं और इस पे डिबेट करना चाहते हैं, बट नो मैटर हाउ अट्रैक्टिव दिस टॉपिक इज कि एवरेज अमेरिकन क्या करेगा, हम इस पे भी डिबेट नहीं कर रहे हैं। तो फॉर ऑल प्रैक्टिकल पर्पस स्टिक टू प्रैक्टिकल थिंग्स ओनली। अभी ये सब मत लेके आओ।
I was just
लाइटिंग अप द मोमेंट। ये थोड़ा सा हैवी हो गया था, तुम उसको लाइट कर रहे थे, थैंक यू फॉर दैट। चलो भाई, तो ये समझ में आया। Now guys, this is the toughest it can get and pure inequality का इससे अच्छा application वाला example नहीं मिलेगा। So the point I am trying to make is SAT will pick some questions around that, you know, जो आपके environment में होता है उसमें वो concept डालेगा to see if you have understood the concept. Nothing rote learning वाला कुछ help नहीं होगा, ठीक है। तो वो जो फॉर्मूला जैसे इसने बोला था ना, कोई चीट शीट होती है, क्या होती है? सेक्शन 3 के स्टार्टिंग में दे विल गिव यू ऑल मेंसुरेशन वाला फॉर्मूलेस, वॉल्यूम ऑफ सिलेंडर, वॉल्यूम ऑफ स्फीयर, रेडियन टू डिग्री, एरिया ऑफ सर्कल, और ऐसे कुछ फॉर्मूले, सम बेसिक ट्रिग्नोमेट्री कुछ दे देंगे। दे आर हार्डली एनी हेल्प, क्योंकि वो कोई भी डायरेक्ट एप्लीकेशन का क्वेश्चन आता ही नहीं है। इवन अगर वो पाई आर स्क्वायर का क्वेश्चन है जिसमें पाई आर स्क्वायर लगेगा, just knowing the formula will not help you. Of course, knowing the formula is important though.
Because घुमा के पूछेंगे।
हाँ, घुमा के। Okay, चलो। So Agarwal ji, what is time by your watch?
3:15.
3:15. So we go for a 5 minutes water break. 3:20 पे we connect again, and we start with absolute value and complex numbers. Thank you. Iksha, sorry, we will talk after 4 or 5 पे class खत्म होगा. आप 2 minute class में wait करना and then we will speak. ठीक है? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's continue. We move on to chapter 5, which is absolute value and complex number. Like I said, a couple of questions from absolute value and one problem from complex number is what you can expect. Complex number, if you are a commerce student, and I think it's there, if you have taken mathematics, it would be there in applied mathematics as well as your standard science wala maths. If you have not taken mathematics, then I should tell you that this is at a very introductory level that they will ask you a question on complex number. बहुत introductory level पे होगा वो, and mostly from perspective of that iota उसके ऊपर है. So we will do that. So first let's start with absolute value. So who is going to explain me or talk to class about this concept of what is mod function? What do you mean by absolute value function? In simple words, I don't need a bookish definition. So
Probably,
yes, Atish, go ahead. मान ये ना तुम देख नहीं रहे हो तो अभी आतिश करेगा. आतिश बोलो.
Any value put inside that function will always yield a positive result. So if it's -2 inside mod, then it's true.
Okay. And how would you define it? I mean, in the sense, let's say
distance from the origin, like it's just distance.
Okay, guys. So when we say absolute value, or we talk about mod function, which is generally we would see that there are two straight lines and then there is some value inside this. So mod function is a function which will always return a positive value. Mod function is a function which will tell you distance from origin, or technically, if we are finding mod of x, it will return x if x is greater than or equal to 0. And it will return negative of x if x is less than 0. So this is how you technically define this. Mod function is a function which will give you x if your x is greater than or equal to 0, or it will give you negative of x if your x is less than 0. Basically sign change. Negative of x here means x is already negative. Negative of negative will give you positive. This is mod function. Or like Atish was saying, this is basically telling you the distance of the given value if it is inside a mod function. So let's say we say y is equal to 10. So y can take any value from -10 to +10. Rather, वो -10 भी ले सकता है, +10 भी ले सकता है. But the output would take value only positive value. ये तो equal to sign की बात हो रही है. So functions में भी हमने पढ़ा नहीं है, but आपने शायद क्लास में कर लिया है उदय सर के साथ. Domain of a mod function could be any value from -infinity to infinity, but range would always be, बोलो,
greater than 0.
All positive.
Zero से लेके
all positive numbers.
Positive infinity तक. Range हमेशा यही होगा. So if I have mod of y is less than 10.
Round bracket after infinity. A round bracket after infinity.
Round bracket after infinity.
Yes, sir. The range
0 is also considered, right?
मैंने उल्टा किया.
after
It should be
0 to infinity.
and
और
0
ये
to
वाला bracket ऐसा
Square
होगा.
bracket.
Correct. Thanks. Correct. This will be that square bracket. This will be round. So if it is mod of y less than 10, my domain would be something like this. but my range would be कुछ ऐसा. Sorry, ये include होगा. ये मेरा range होगा ऊपर वाला और नीचे वाला मेरा domain set है. So this is the mod function. How far are you on number line from 0 is what mod value is giving. इसको absolute value, magnitude भी बोलते हैं. So this is how we solve this. You may not get any direct problems. The problems would be application based, guys. They can come with an equation sign or they may come with this equal to inequality sign. What I suggest is whenever you get problems on absolute value, I think you could follow 3-step process. Step 1 could be, let's say एक कोई problem लेते हैं, y plus 3 mod is less than 0. मान लो हमने कुछ ऐसा equation को solve किया. इसको solve करना है. First step would be divide the space in 2 half. एक half में अंदर वाला portion positive लेके solve करना है. y plus 3 as it is लिखो. दूसरे half में अंदर वाले portion को negative के साथ solve करो. Negative of y plus 3 because y plus 3 ये पूरा can be positive, this पूरा can be negative. Write it as it is. दो half में divide करो, एक को positive के साथ लिखो, एक को negative के साथ. Solve this. So minus 3 from both sides, y would be less than minus 3. Now this is minus 1 here, multiply by minus 1 on both sides. If you are multiplying by a negative quantity, same negative quantity on both sides, sense of inequality will change. This will become something like this. Now you solve this, this becomes y would be greater than minus 3. हमने सही किया, minus 1 से multiply किया, sign change हो गया, y greater than minus 3 and y less than minus 3. Is there a problem here?
Sir, you wrote mod of a value is less than 0. That's actually not possible. So no solution will come as the answer.
Correct. And hence it will not give us any value. It says greater than. So एक काम करते हैं. We make it 10. We make it 10. We make it 10. So ये इधर आएगा. So you get plus 7 out here. We make it 10 and we make it minus 10 हो जाएगा ये. So this becomes minus 30. ठीक है? Yes. Mod of value मैंने less than 0 लिखा. So there is no such value and hence वो सारा problem आ रहा. So this is mod function where what I am trying to tell you is space को divide करो. एक part positive लो अंदर वाला, एक negative लो और फिर उसको inequality के rule लगा के आप solve करो. Let's see some problems based on mod function, but this much of skill is more than enough to crack all problems on absolute value and inequalities. So चलो कुछ questions करके देखते हैं. Let me go to the presentation mode. Let's solve this simple problem and let me give you a minute's time. Calculator is allowed to. Then mod of x plus y could equal each of the following except. This is the question. Question number 3 from your book. Try and isolate the quantities first, bring mod on one side and everything else on other side. And then divide the space. Yes, correct. Who's the Atish? Correct. Yes, Jai Vora. Jai Vora, we'll start with you. आप तैयार रहना, हम solution आपसे लेंगे इसमें. Why are you guys taking so much time?
1 minute, sir. 1 minute. I'm just trying it. I'm just trying all the I got 2 possibilities of x and 2 possibilities of y.
Correct. Now
Just
look at all possible values of x plus y mod. Which of them is not possible? Because they are asking except.
yeah. So I'm just seeing which ones make sense, and I'm doing.
So there are only 4 possible values. उसमें से 3 ऑप्शन में होना चाहिए, एक नहीं है. वो ढूंढो.
वो आ गया सर.
इक्षा नायर नहीं. रीडू. एक बार फिर से देखो.
So me or
Shan correct.
I'm correct.
Yes, Pari correct.
So basically, so we have to take both the ways. We have to, if this x plus 3, suppose we have to take x plus 3 and we have to take minus in the bracket x plus 3, right?
Yeah, so let's do this. Chinmay, nahi, so people are not getting this correct. We are solving this. Chinmay, help me out. Give me the expression.
Yes.
Twice of mod of क्या है x plus 3.
Yes, sir. X plus 3.
क्या है आगे?
X plus 3 is equal to 4.
Is equal to 4. और y वाला expression क्या है? Mod of
y plus 1
y plus 1
upon 3 is equal to 2.
is equal to 2. So I should isolate this 2 is not required here. This is creating problem. Divide throughout by 2. So I'll have mod of x plus 3 is equal to 2. Now I'll divide this space in 2 half. X plus 3 अंदर वाला part positive is equal to 2 and minus of x plus 3 is equal to 2. I'll solve this. ये हो जाएगा x is equal to minus 1. Minus sign multiply करो. So x plus 3 is equal to minus 2 or x is equal to minus 5. I get 2 possible values for x. Similarly, I'll do with y. Isolate karo because this 3 is not helping me. So bring mod on one side and everything else on the other side. Now divide the space in 2 parts. Y plus 1 is equal to 6 and minus of y plus 1 is equal to 6. So this is y is equal to 5. Here I get y plus 1 is equal to minus 6 or y is equal to minus 7. So these are 4 values I have. Possible values of x plus y. So x plus y, अब आप इसमें से करते जाओ, so you'll have minus 1 and plus 5. So you get plus 4, minus 5, plus 5, 0, minus 1, plus 7. Minus 7 is minus 8, 8, and minus 12, 12. Go to the option and you will see that 10 is not possible, which is option number 4. 0 possible है, 4 possible है, 12 possible है. इक्षा, चिन्मय, बोलो आया समझ में?
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Yes, sir.
the mod of 0, okay, mod of 0 is 0 only, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I was just not sure of that.
Mod of 0 is 0. Practice more, let's practice more. This is verbatim SAT type problem from one of the sample papers. Let's solve question number 4 on your book. Find the interval of x. आते हैं ऐसे questions. Correct. Very correct. Man, I hope you got the last problem.
So minus 8 is subtraction only, right? Not a multiplication thing. Right?
No, this is subtracted. Yes, minus 8. Correct. Jay, Man, correct. Atish, correct. Nishtha, correct. Vinayak, Simar, Chinmay. Iksha. सिंपल रूल फॉलो करो विनायक, तुम लास्ट क्लास में भी थे, आ जाएगा इसका आंसर.
यस सर, एक पार्ट आ गया, दूसरा कर रहा हूँ.
हाँ करो करो. शानायर करेक्ट. सिंपल मैकेनिकल आइसोलेट करो इन सच अ फैशन की मॉड फंक्शन एक साइड पे रहे, बाकी सब दूसरे साइड पे चला जाए. Who's left?
So me, I'm left.
चलो Chinmay correct.
Sir,
go ahead Ishan. Vinayak correct. Ishan correct.
yeah, I was just not sure about that as well.
Okay, all of you got this right.
Sir.
Yes.
So just before we can continue, I just wanted to know, like, maybe can you just tell like the properties or rather the where is the list of properties of inequalities? Like when you multiply by -1, you get negative. Then you change the sign type thing, right? I forgot about where it is. No,
Yes, we did last time, right?
what, sir?
We did this last time in class.
Yeah,
adding quantities.
we did it in last class, but I just forgot where exactly it is.
Not there in your book. Book में check करना ईशान. नहीं तो मैं तुमको quickly वापस लिखा दूंगा. Don't worry, मैं लिखवा दूंगा class के.
It's there in the starting, I guess. Is it there starting inequalities? I don't remember exactly. That's why I was.
Chapter 4, Ishan, ideally. But if it is not there, then I'll make you write it, and otherwise I'll put it on your group. मैं वापस डाल दूंगा उसको. अभी मैं आगे चलता हूँ. अभी जहाँ यूज आएगा वहां पे करेंगे. Again, a very SAT type problem. ये मैंने crop करके इसीलिए यहाँ पे ऐसे डाला है. Please solve this. Which of the following number line represents the solution to this inequality? Okay. Correct, Pari. A very probable type of problem from this concept. Yes, Jai Bora, correct. So if you keep track of the sign changes, you should not make a mistake in this particular problem. Yes, Ms. Nair, good. बस ये इतना ही सिंपल सा आएगा. अब धीरे धीरे मैं इसका एप्लीकेशन टफ करता जाऊंगा, थोड़ा चैलेंजिंग करूंगा तो समझ में आएगा आपको. विनायक करेक्ट, चिन्मय करेक्ट, निष्ठा करेक्ट, मान करेक्ट, सिमर, everybody is getting this right. Ishan, have I seen your answer?
I haven't sent yet, sir. Just a minute. Just a minute, sir.
So number line based absolute problem, absolute value function के questions, एक आध question दिखेगा आपको पेपर में. Very likely. Mod of x plus 3 is less than 5. Ishan, do you need that? Yes, correct, Ishan. So I guess everybody have answered this. If there's any doubt or if you want me to discuss this, let me know. Otherwise, I'll move ahead and go to next problem.
So just one thing, like in the number line, if it's a filled in dot, then that includes that value, right?
That value is included, like the one that I filled right now. So 3 is included in your solution set, but if it is hollow, then it's not included in that solution set.
Yeah, because we're pretty much, I was just not sure about that because we are also learning sets only in 11th. So then I was like wondering.
But इसमें तो कोई doubt इसमें नहीं है because all options have those hollow circles. But yes, it says that. And anyway, if you look here, if you look in the question, this says less than equal to वाला concept है नहीं इसमें.
Yeah.
Include नहीं.
Okay, sir.
Let's solve this, guys. And kitna 45 seconds. Let's try and do it quickly. 8th one.
Sir, it's negative numbers.
Negative number. What is the value of mod of b minus a? Let a and b be negative numbers such that ये नहीं किया था परी आपने?
No, sir, I haven't done this.
Okay. Okay, Jay Vora, correct. Very good. Atish, correct. Great. Man, look into the steps. एक बार फिर से करो. Steps को देखो. You must have made some छोटा मोटा mistake there. चिन्मय, मुझे एक बात बताओ, ऑफ द 4 ऑप्शन कौन सा ऑप्शन कभी आंसर नहीं हो सकता? वही आंसर भेजा है तुमने मुझे. Guys, of the 4 options given to you, mod of b minus a, one option can never be answer. Which option? चलो बताओ. Which option? D, क्योंकि किसी नंबर का मॉड कभी भी नेगेटिव नहीं हो सकता. चिन्मय आंसर कैसे भेजा? Yes. ठीक है चिन्मय. Good. Yes, Samar. Correct, Pari. Nishta, correct. Correct, Man. Ishan, correct. So, Man, I don't know what mistake you did, but realize किया है कुछ calculation problem? तुम शायद बहुत fast solve कर रहे हो. It's not that you don't know, but उसके कारण थोड़ा सा error आ रहा है. And SAT is one exam which is giving you 58 problems के लिए 80 minutes. तो समय रहता है इस एग्जाम में.
So that's for whole maths, right?
That's for whole maths. So first third section में 20 problem 25 minutes. उसके बाद वाले section में 38 problem and 55 minutes.
So the first
more than a minute's time.
So the first 20 questions are non-calculator or calculator based?
Non-calculator.
Non-calculator. And those 20 questions include grid-ins, no?
Yes, 5 problems are grid-in.
Okay. Because my cousin also took the SAT very recently and he told that he lost all his marks of maths in grid-ins only.
Oh, okay. Okay, guys. So any problem out here, answer is option B. Is there anyone who's not getting answer is option B? I will solve it for that person. Otherwise, we'll go ahead. Please let me know. And do not shy away from asking. It doesn't make a difference. It helps. अगर आपको नहीं आया तो I'll help you out. बोलो. No one? So we go to next problem then. Another 45 seconds. Please solve. So these are typical SAT type problems that we are solving. If this is given, what is smallest possible value of x into y? Challenge problem 1. Okay, so this started from Vinayak, right? Vinayak was the first one sending me this answer. Hold on, Vinayak. I'll let you know. So Vinayak, Ishka, Chinmay, Simar, Atish, Pari, Mankant, Ishan, Jai Vora. I've got all your answers. Let's solve this. and this is challenge problem. So let's see.
So
how
what's
many-
the answer?
Anyone will not send his answer? कोई है?
So what is the answer?
हाँ अभी बताता हूँ मैं. मुझे एक मिनट ये चेक करने दो. So I'm doing a small roll call. Atish is there. Okay, Ishka Nair, Pari, Ishan, Chinmay, Vinayak Patil, Man. I'm writing your codes here. Jay, Nishtha. किसका नाम नहीं लिया मैंने? सिमर चंदेकर. Okay. Who else? और कोई है जिसका नाम नहीं लिया मैंने? सबका नाम लिया. So I'm keeping a quick tally of all the challenge problems and how many of them you are getting right. So let's see. So I'll start this discussion with Atish. Did you send? Yes. Atish, Pari, Ishan, Jay, Nishtha, sabka answer. Simar Chandekar, your answer is also there. So Ms. Nair, we start with you. What's the answer? Which option?
Sir, I put the answer as option D.
Option D, minus 22.
Yes.
We go to whiteboard. Whiteboard पे जाते हैं. Where is my working space? Spotlight. इसको solve करना जरूरी है. चलो. Iksha, let's solve this. मैं quickly करता हूँ. देखते जाओ ये क्या होगा. तुमने divide the space because it's already isolated. So this is 3x plus 6 is equal to 12. 3x, sorry, is equal to 6 or x is equal to 2, right? फिर एक negative के साथ. So 3x plus 6 is equal to minus 12 or 3x is equal to minus 18 or x is equal to minus 6. यही है. जहां मैं गड़बड़ करूं मुझे बताना. Divide the space. Minus 2y plus 8 is equal to 30. Minus 2y is equal to 22. Y is equal to minus 11. आगे चलते हैं. Minus 2y plus 8 is equal to minus 30. Minus 2y is equal to minus 38. Y is equal to 19. Right, guys? Now they want minimum value of x into y. कैसे आया minimum value x into y? Iksha, tell me which one? Which two values have you taken? Minus 22 के लिए एक आपने ये
Sir,
लिया.
actually, I only got the values as 2 and minus 11. That's
What?
why I got it as
What
minus
about this
22.
negative part? मैंने आपको बताया ना. अगर अंदर वाला part negative है तो.
Yes, sir.
So minus 6 into 19 would give you minus 1. 9 6 are 54. Minus 114. This is the answer. So ये वाला challenge problem. इसका नायर अभी अकाउंट नहीं खुला है. मैं यहाँ पे अब एक छोटा सा टैली रखता हूँ चैलेंज वाले प्रॉब्लम के लिए. रेस्ट ऑल ऑफ यू हैव गॉट इट करेक्ट. तो अभी और मौका आएगा. मोर अपॉर्चुनिटीज. आगे चलते हैं. Is this a challenge problem? नहीं, this is not a challenge problem, but this is a very likely, जिसको मैं बोलता हूँ beautiful SAT problem. I give you 2 full minutes with calculator का question है, question number 16 from your book. Please do this. They are not asking you to solve anything. There's a word problem given. They are saying which expression expresses the above problem. 2 minutes. अब ये 2 मिनट मैंने दिया है तो उससे आप समझ गए होंगे कि इसको समय थोड़ा सा लगेगा. And then I'll also tell you a 15 second का method, but अभी 2 मिनट वाला conceptual method से करो. ये एक काम करते हैं. Shall we do this together? और फिर एक दूसरा क्वेश्चन आप लोग अपने आप करना.
So let's try it. I wanted to try it. No,
करो, ट्राई करो. हाँ जय बोला. ठीक है, तुमने पहले किया हुआ है ये. गुड.
Sir?
Yes.
Sir, just I'll tell you now itself, I did this in a very hypothetical way. So it was a very weird guess almost.
Okay. Never mind. So I'll also be interested in your method. We'll also discuss that. Don't worry. So Vinayak, I would want you to unmute and read this question number 16 from your book loudly. ये पढ़ो जोर से. Vinayak.
Yeah. The Earth is made up of four primary layers: the inner core, outer core, mantle, and crust. The outer core is more than 800 miles and less than 2,200 miles from the Earth's center. Which of the following inequalities represents all possible distances d in miles from the Earth's center that are in the outer core?
That are in the outer core, and that distance is given by d, all the distances. And we know that outer core is 800 miles and less than so many miles from Earth center. So basically, guys, I know that d is greater than 800 and
lesser than 2,200.
2200. They are saying you don't have to solve anything. They're basically saying of the which four options, actually in चार में से कौन सा option ऐसा है which is of this form. ये find करना है. My method is I will. So this is how I would want to do it. I would say that go by options. Let's say option A is correct. और ये फटाफट करेंगे अब. Option A is correct, तो ये हो जाएगा D plus 800 less than 2200 minus of D plus 800 दो पार्ट में करो less than 2200. D plus 800 less than 2200, this will be D less than 1400. Now this is not making sense because आपको आंसर चाहिए D greater than 800 and less than 2200. But still करते हैं. This will be D plus 800 greater than minus 2200. मैंने minus throughout multiply किया तो साइन को चेंज करना पड़ेगा. D greater than minus 3000. Absurd. Distance greater than minus. ये आंसर हो ही नहीं सकता. फटाफट इसको करो. Split. D minus 800 less than 2200 or D less than 3000. अब D less than 3000, D तो less than 200 होना चाहिए. ये आंसर है ही नहीं. आगे करने की जरूरत नहीं है. बट अब हम क्लास में बैठे हैं तो हमको एक बार इसको चेक करना चाहिए. Minus of this less than 2200 or D minus 800 should be greater than minus 2200. This is D greater than minus 1400. Negative आ गया ये भी. Cannot be the answer. C को check करो. D plus 1500 less than 700, or I can say D less than minus 800. Absurd value. D negative of D plus 1500 less than 700, or D plus 1500 minus sign throughout multiply किया minus 700 से बड़ा. Sign change और minus 1 multiply किया था throughout. So this is D greater than minus 2200. Is not making any sense. ये भी नहीं है. इसको चेक मत करना क्योंकि A, B, C अगर आंसर नहीं है तो आंसर यही होने वाला है. बट क्लास में तो चेक कर लेते हैं. D minus 1500 less than 700 or D less than 2200. ये नेगेटिव साइन के साथ सॉल्व करते हैं. माइनस ऑफ D minus 1500 less than 700, or I can say D minus 1500 greater than minus 700, or this will be D लेके जाओ 1500 को उस तरफ greater than 800. Yes, ये तो चाहिए. This is your answer. बोलो. Any questions, any doubts on this?
So the only question is how can we do
So
all
the
this in
equation
45 seconds?
like direct which transform.
Okay, so I heard two voices. One was Ishan for sure. Who was the other one?
I was the other one.
हाँ बोलो. Yes, Atish.
So मैं क्या बोल रहा था, like is there some other way, like as I wrote the equation, can I like transform it using some way and directly take the option instead of checking each one of them?
So I think same question is what Ishan asked. So yes, I will share that method with you. But guys, let me tell you, अगर कुछ भी एग्जाम कभी, क्योंकि जो मैं मेथड शेयर करूंगा वो बहुत जरूरी नहीं आपको हमेशा याद रहे. If you don't remember anything, this is a problem which is worth putting time into, because वो पेपर ऐसा बना होगा कि जिसमें आपको समय इस क्वेश्चन के लिए आप दे सकते हो. You will save time. कॉम्प्लेक्स नंबर्स या दूसरे तरह के क्वेश्चन में यहाँ पे समय लगेगा. So ideally follow this method. A, B, C, D. A चेक करो, B चेक करो, C चेक करो. मैक्सिमम 3 चेक करना है. C भी नहीं है तो D आंसर होगा ही होगा. The other method is we go by a small shortcut, but for apply. Yes, Jayavura.
Can we use the formula of D
मैं वही
minus?
फॉर्मूले पे आ रहा हूँ जो कि
Okay,
उसका
sir.
शॉर्टकट है जय. I am coming down to that only. So we can go by this. ये जो Jayavura बोल रहा है. So we can use a shortcut, but before you use a shortcut, guys, I would want you to tell you few things. किसी भी ट्रिक में, शॉर्टकट में या कोई फॉर्मूले में, you must remember that it is dependent on some basic conditions. तो ये जो मैं आपको ट्रिक बता रहा हूँ या जिसको आप शॉर्टकट बोलना चाहते हो, if you want to apply that, then a particular condition must be satisfied. तो पहले वो ट्रिक क्या है? So for any problem of this kind मतलब कौन सा kind? ये वाला kind, जहां पे this is called within limit, between limit का problem है. D, or for that matter any variable is between two limits. अगर कोई भी question in between type है, the value is in between these two, then you can apply this formula which says, or this trick which says, the variable x, in this case D, minus the midpoint of extremes. एक्सट्रीम्स का मिडपॉइंट का डिफरेंस आपको यहां लिखना है. क्योंकि ये इन बिटवीन टाइम है, आप यहां पे लेस देन वाला साइन लगाएंगे. लेस देन डिस्टेंस ऑफ मिडपॉइंट फ्रॉम एक्सट्रीम्स. नाउ D is the distance of D is all distances in the outer crust, minus the midpoint. 820 200 का midpoint बोलो. 800 plus 2200 divided by 2 क्या आ रहा है? 1500. एंड ये जो midpoint है इसका distance from any of the extreme कितना है?
700.
Distance 700. So this is your answer. But let's say ये in between type नहीं है. Question is not of in between type. Question is कुछ ऐसा लेते हैं, कुछ और लेता हूं मैं. Let's say question is like this. D is greater than 2, less than, नहीं मैंने क्या लिया? हाँ, greater than 2 and less than, नहीं गलत लिया मैंने. D is less than 2 or greater than 100. ये in between type है क्या? नहीं है. Number line पे, if this is 2 and this is 100, D has all the value greater than 100 and less than 2. ये in between type नहीं है ना? ये in between type नहीं है. अगर ये in between type नहीं है तो ये वाला शॉर्टकट ये जो आपको बताया है ये नहीं लगेगा. अगर वो in between type है तो ही ये काम कर सकते हो आप. तो अगर ये ऐसा वाला है तो क्या करना है? तो आपको यहां पर इसकी जगह ग्रेटर देन साइन लगा देना एंड योर जॉब इज डन. अभी देखते हैं, ये तो समझ में आ गया ना. ये तभी लगाना जब इन बिटवीन वाला लिमिट हो. अभी एक क्वेश्चन करेंगे जो इन बिटवीन वाला नहीं है, उसमें लगा के देखना, इट विल फेल. तो फिर आपको यहाँ पे साइन चेंज करना पड़ेगा फॉर दिस शॉर्टकट. अब पॉइंट ये है, बाय द टाइम द कोर्स एंड्स, इतने सारे ट्रिक्स, फॉर्मूलेस, कुछ स्पेशल केसेस होंगे, कितना याद रखोगे आप. बट अगर ये याद रख सकते हो, ये क्वेश्चन 15 सेकंड में क्रैक हो जाएगा. तो एक क्वेश्चन करते हैं जस्ट टू प्रैक्टिस दिस. लेट मी गिव यू अनदर प्रॉब्लम. लेट्स सॉल्व दिस. Question number 18 from your book. And we have called it.
This is challenge 2.
This is challenge problem 2 or 18th problem from your book.
It's both.
Sorry, Pari?
I'm saying it's both, right? Both are the same ones.
Yes, both are same. It is 18th problem or challenge problem 2. Yes, correct. Pari and Jay, correct. Correct, Chinmay. इसका ये आंसर आपने गलत भेज दिया शायद सबको. मुझे भेजो करेक्ट आंसर. अच्छा.
Sir, actually, I sent that answer for the previous question. I didn't send it right now.
अच्छा, ठीक है. Now it is correct. Correct, Atish. Ishan, waiting for you. Vinayak, Man.
Sir, I'm doing it. I'm using a trick which I found in the last question, but it's becoming ineffective a little.
Simar, correct. But मान मैंने क्या तुमको ज्यादा कॉन्शियस कर दिया और तुम एकदम ही स्लो हो गए हो क्या? भेजा है क्या आंसर? अच्छा भेजा है. ओके. मान अगर तुम ऑप्शन बी को खोलोगे तो देखो क्वेश्चन वाला कंडीशन मिलता है क्या? So you guys have to get it right the first time. निष्ठा नहीं. मान नहीं वापस करो.
Sir, I sent it again now.
Who's that, Pari? Okay.
Yeah, it's like I think it's the same.
Okay. So I'm waiting for Vinayak and Ishan. Hurry up, guys.
Just doing, sir. Just doing.
Okay. So in the meantime, Mr. Dhawan, please unmute yourself and read this problem.
Yes, sir.
नहीं हो सकता था निष्ठा. देखो क्या गड़बड़ी की अभी बताता हूँ मैं. करो, read करो loudly.
Admission into an investigate agency requires the applicant be between the ages of 32 and 46.
So the age should be between. हाँ, आगे.
Between the ages of 32 and 46. Which of the inequalities can be used to determine whether an applicant age D satisfies the requirement for agency?
The applicant's age is D, which satisfies this requirement. So guys, if we have to get into this investigative agency, the age should be in between 32 and 46. है ना? Chinmay Agarwal?
Sir.
Yes, Ishan.
Sir, I made a very funny model type thing which I thought worked in my last question. In this question also it worked.
It worked?
Yeah. Okay. So just take the smallest.
अरे रुको, you are saying it worked. Let me also see if it worked. तो मुझे complete करने दो फिर बताना.
Yeah, sure.
So age of applicant should be between 32 to 46. ये हमको पता है. I will use that trig वाला thing first. So mod value variable D minus the midpoint. 32 plus 46 is 38. का midpoint will be 39. तो ये हो गया D minus midpoint. निष्ठा देखना. And because this is in between, मैं एक ये वाला sign use करूँगा, less than वाला sign use करूँगा. And 39 का distance from any of the extreme is 7. Now, which option is this? Answer is option number D. Okay.
Yes, sir.
तो हाँ, अब मान अब जाके आंसर आया तो इसका क्रेडिट तो नहीं मिलेगा, but yes. निष्ठा समझ में आया?
Yes, sir.
Now I come down to option जो बहुत commonly आया, which is option A. And I think ईशान आपका भी ये था.
What's
Ishan,
up? What's up?
your answer was option A.
No, sir. My option was my option was A only. Yeah, sorry.
ईशान मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ in this particular question, first you listen me. इस तरह के question में, if you can get this right, have you understood the one that I put into box right now?
Yeah.
Where I put a yellow star, can you see that?
Yes, yes.
So you also agree कि ये यही है, D is between 32 and 46?
Yes.
So Ishan, if that is the case, तुम option A में लगा के देखो कि ऐसा है कि नहीं. Let's see.
Yes,
So,
option A में है.
Space, मुझे करने दो. D minus 7 greater than 39. ये मैं sorry less than. मैं ये
सेकंड वाला D greater than -32 वाला वो नहीं.
Sorry मान.
सर वो जब हम नेगेटिव लेंगे तो D greater than -32 आ रहा है, so possible नहीं है.
हाँ, तो मैं इसको सॉल्व करता हूँ ईशान को दिखाने के लिए. So this becomes, I'll add 7 on both sides, Ishan. So this becomes D less than 46, which is right. वो चाहिए मुझे. But I have to do it two parts. अगर अंदर वाला part negative है, minus of D minus, ये सब मैं mouse से कर रहा हूँ, which is a big pain, but let me take that pain. Less than 39 है. Then this is negative. I'll multiply both sides by -1. So this becomes positive. Since I've multiplied by negative quantity on both sides of inequality, rule says sign will change, the sense will change, is greater than -39. Now, if you do this, ये जो मानकांत भी बोल रहा था, D becomes greater than -32, which is absurd. And hence, answer.
The answer is not in the options actually in the book.
So what I had done is a little weird. Okay, what I did is instead of doing the traditional way of doing the inequality and modulus and all that, I instead I took I made 32 is D is greater than 32 but less than 46. I made that thing, and then I took the least value and the most value. I took 33 as D and I took 45 as D. I substituted it in all the equations and I was like, okay, which one makes most sense? So then A made most sense because it fit both values and I did it. I know there's a limitation to it by the minus negative thing. There's a limitation to it, but it worked in both the questions. That's why.
But it did not work in this question, Ishan, because you got option A is right, which is not the case. Because if you take D as 45, Ishan, 45 minus 7 will be 38 and 38 is less than 39. Okay, but what if that candidate's age is 45.5?
It's 45.5, 38.5. It's still lesser than 39.
39, right? So again, वहाँ पे क्या लिया 32 greater than 32 और ये तुमने लिया 32.5. 32.5 minus 33 minus 7 is lesser than 39. So where are you missing? If you do this thing, so let's say you take 33, 40, 46, 47, 46 पे you will face a problem. So if I'm trying to find out कौन सा special case है जो आप miss कर जाओगे if you are taking any random value or just higher and just lower value and you are putting into the equation. Where is that you will fail?
I think the limitation where it would be is in the negative sense, like where the second part minus into D minus 7.
I mean, if I take D as, let's say if I take D as minus 32, if I take D as minus 32, so Ishan, ये मुझे 38 मिलेगा?
What's that?
If I take D as minus 32.
Yeah.
So minus 32 minus 37 will give me minus 39, जिसका mod value will be 39 and 39 will not be less than 39. Yes, so you're right. On the negative side, you will face problem here.
Yeah, but from what I understood, right, sir? D cannot be negative because it's an age, right?
No, D cannot be negative. But the point is, if you take D negative here, because this is talking about mod value should be less than 39.
Yeah, that I get, that I got perfectly. That understanding was clear. But the only thing which I was wondering about is, see, because age, D is an age, right? It's an applicant age.
Right.
Age cannot be negative anyways. So
Right.
if I take D anything as positive in the positive sense, it can, taking the least value and the highest value possible would solve the question. Like, even if it's a temporary solution, it just still give me an answer, right? Some answer, I guess, thought travels with.
I think if we know D is negative,
Because if you take any D value as positive, let's say I take D as 7, okay, it will still satisfy option A. If you take D as 7, because you are saying D cannot be negative, so you take a D as any positive value. If I take 7, so mod of 0 will be 0, and 0 is less than 39.
So but any positive value, I'll correct myself, any positive value within that range, right? So that in the range also, that's what I basically did, trial and error in all of them. So then somewhere or the other, I found when I'm putting 33 or 45 in B or C or D, I found that there is an issue in that. So then it wouldn't make sense in that way. So then I cut B, I cut C, cut D, and I got A.
Ishan, in that case, D will also satisfy. For example, take any value. You said 33, right?
Yeah.
Put 33 in option D.
33 minus 39. So minus 6. To 6. Yeah, okay.
So by your method, these two options, they are at tie.
Yeah, so I had no idea on how to settle it anyways. So.
What I was saying in this case is,
go ahead.
Yeah, what I was saying is, as you know, the value of D is not negative, like age can't be negative, or if it's distance, it can't be negative.
Correct.
You could add one more AND condition to all four options. Like you can put a value of minus 20 or minus 30 on all four of them, and you could see A won't satisfy, only D will satisfy. That will probably.
That's also a good way, but what Ishan was saying, I will not consider D as negative, because this age cannot be negative. So I'm saying, even if you do that, then in that case, there are two options that will satisfy that. Agar wo bhi karoge, chalo negative value mat lo, then A and D both will satisfy. So how do you tie break between A and D? Then you open A and D, and then you see which of these two will actually fit in, which will respect this given.
Yeah.
So A nahi karega, because A mein ye wala issue aa raha hai. Okay, guys. So I think we have crossed time, but if you guys permit, can we do one more problem? I wanted to do one more problem. Can we go for one more problem?
Yes, sir.
So this is actual SAT problem. May attempt ka paper becomes available every year. May attempt becomes available. So usme se ek ye question hai, and it's there in your book. I wanted you to have a look at it, and if possible, solve this. Read it very carefully. This is all about word play. It sounds simple, but it is not. Karo. Mr. Shephera ka question hai ye. Question number 17 from your book. Yes, correct, Jay. Yes, man, very good. So it is important to read the definition of X. How is X defined? That's the only key in this problem. X represents weight of pumpkins he will not use. Atish, correct. Ishan, correct.
Sir, I used the exact same method which I used in the last question. It worked again over here.
Okay, ठीक है. मैं बताता हूँ उसका एक
the flaw I understood is that it's the negative value is the issue. But where I fail to understand the thing is that if it's a quantity which cannot be negative.
Okay.
Like weight can't be negative, distance in the previous Earth question that distance couldn't be negative, age can't be negative.
So all this is correct, guys. All of you have sent me the right answer. Yes, Atish, I'm talking to you. Hold on. Correct. So basically, if you see, we are talking about the weights of pumpkin that we'll not use. So this guy says that he will not use pumpkin that is more than 2 pounds or more than 10 pounds. More than 2 or more than 10. Sorry, less than 2. Less than 2 pounds or it's more than 10 pounds, this person will not use the pumpkin. So the conventional method is you check all the options. Unfortunately, you'll have to check 3 because it fits into the last option. Option D is right है. आपको 3 check लगाने पड़ेंगे. दूसरा है we go by the shortcut method. So it says modulus variable minus midpoint 10 and 12. 10 plus 2, 12, 12 by 2. So 6 is the midpoint. The only thing is this is not in between. So sign change karo greater wala. 6 ka distance from 2 or 10, which is 4, and hence answer is D. Now, this is where we will end this class. When we meet next time, we will do complex numbers. I think I'm done on absolute value. So absolute value inequalities के साथ इतना ही आने वाला है. ये application या फिर inequality के साथ. So I will want a couple of students to wait. I want Iksha, Atish, Ishan to wait. And rest of you, if you have any problem, you can wait. Otherwise, you can leave. I am done for the day. Make sure you're writing Sunday wala test on grade school. Chaliye, that's all from my side. Thank you.
Sir,
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
maybe I'll be registering for the October SAT in a day or two. So like I'll contact if I need any help.
Yes. So in case you're doing that and let's say I'm not able to, मुझे stop करने दो, not able